Hey everyone, Ethan Nader here, and I got my hands on the all-new release from E-flite. This is the Micro OV-10 Bronco. Check out how scaled this thing is. It looks so good with the lighting. The canopy looks great. This is awesome if you love the Hangar 9 OV-10 Bronco 20cc, or even its bigger brother, the 30cc. But obviously with an aircraft like that, you kind of need a field like this, or even something bigger for that matter, to fly something that big. However, if you still like the look of the OV-10 Bronco and want to fly it in more places and smaller spaces, this is the way to go. This little guy is great for flying around, making it look super scale yet super small so you can fly in all kinds of spaces. And what's really cool too is you can easily remove the landing gear, the drop tanks, the missiles, the pitot tube comes off, even the guns come off, so you can easily hand launch this thing and enjoy it on a grass strip or something like that. If you don't have a paved runway like this, but this is about to be the maiden flight of this airplane, and I'm just gonna fly it at my local field here. So we're gonna test out the landing gear, and then I'll take all of the artillery and the landing gear off, and we'll hand launch this thing and get some flying in without the gear. Should be a little more aerobatic for that matter. Right now I got a 3S850 in there, and again I have all the guns and artillery and the landing gear on there, so it might be a little bit more scale, a little bit less aerobatic, but I have no doubt that this thing is still going to be super capable. So without further ado, let's get this thing in the air. Despite being a micro, this thing already feels way bigger than what it actually is. I mean, it's super stable. We got a little bit of a crosswind today, but it's cutting through it like no problem at all. And even with the gear and the missiles on there, I know I've only done one circle with it, but it already feels so light in the air. I'm about half throttle right now, so we're just kind of cruising around, getting it a little bit trimmed out. For the most part though, out of the box, it's really tried and true, really straight flying, so that's really cool. All right, we'll go full throttle. Ooh, that thing kind of scoots, doesn't it? And again, it still feels super floaty, and it's kind of nice that, you know, out here in a bigger space, it does look a lot slower than what it probably is, but, you know, if you get it super tight in a smaller space, then, you know, it's gonna feel a lot faster. But out at the home field, you know, we got all kinds of room to open it up, but still, it's just super gentle. Kind of reminds me of the 20cc a little bit. I haven't flown the 30cc, but the 20cc was just super gentle. Holy roll rate, holy cow, hold on a second. That thing rolls quick. That's awesome. Hold on. Do a 4-point? No way. How does inverted do? Oh, that's easy. I'm bringing it up high like I'm scared. We should just bring it down low and go inverted. That's awesome. Look at that. All right, anyways, that roll rate is crazy. Look at that. No way, this thing's so cool. Very aerobatic. And that's with all the, that's with the drop tank, the missiles and everything on there. Wait until we get the gear off and fly this thing without the gear. Do a nice low pass there. Oh yeah, let's see how it does on slow flight. Wind's kind of shifting around here. We got a little bit of a, we're on the downwind right now, but I'm gonna turn around and go on the upwind here. So that headwind will help us a little bit, but it's not super windy out. Let's slow this thing down. No way. Look at that. Let me bring it down lower so y'all can see it with the trees. And y'all can get an idea of how slow this thing's really going. That's really impressive. Look at that. Slow flight's very easy with this thing. Add a little bit of power on the downwind. Circle back around here. That's super cool, look at that. All right, let's do a little touch and go. I feel like this thing's gonna be really nice for that. That's what's really cool too, is slowing this thing down. You can kind of get a nice scale landing with the flare here. See what we can do. Look at that. All right, touch and go, full power. That's awesome. Full throttle downwind, here we go. That's so cool. I can't get over that roll rate. That's very impressive. All right, I'm gonna bring it in for a landing here. Actually, we'll go around. Let's try that again. We'll try to bring it right to her feet here. Oh, that's so cool. Look how good that thing looks. Wow, I was actually really impressed with that. Checking our telemetry here because this thing has telemetry. Looks like we're about 1/4 of a battery percentage. Got about 11.4 volts there. So as you can see, I'm not too sure how long we were flying. We'll check back on the video, but this thing handled really well. And yeah, I'm honestly ready to just get the landing gear off of it, get all the extra weight off of there, and see how aerobatic this thing is. All right, y'all, here we are in a small little park-sized space, and this is honestly where the Micro OV-10 Bronco shines, because as you can see, I have the landing gear off, I have all the artillery off as well, and we're gonna hand launch this thing. What's really cool is this thing has safe technology. As you can see, I'm in safe right now, so the aircraft is wanting to level out, but it has launch assist, so whenever I throw it, it's gonna automatically pitch up, and whenever I give it throttle, it just makes hand launching very easy. So without further ado, let's see how fast this thing is without the gear, and let's enjoy it in a smaller space like this Micro OV-10 was designed for. That thing slides great. Thank you all so much for watching. Figured I'd do a short little flight. Without the gear and the bombs and everything, it really speeds up, and it's honestly very aerobatic, and it's just so smooth all around. Whether you're flying slow, flying fast, this little Micro Bronco does it all. And if y'all are curious about this thing, check the links in the description. That's where you can get it, horizonhobby.com or your local participating hobby shop. Thank you all so much for watching.